a mysterious encounter that changed a man's life. Recently, a man shared an emotional and mysterious story alongside a photograph that quickly drew attention on social media. According to his post, he had just experienced the loss of a close loved one and was traveling home when the event occurred. The skies above mirrored his emotional state, dark, grey, and unyielding. He described that as the journey wore on, the burden of loss and emotional exhaustion overcame him. Eventually, overwhelmed by the sheer weight of it all, he broke down in his car. As he sat there in silence, his thoughts drifting to the darker corners of hopelessness, something extraordinary happened. The clouds in front of him began to shift, creating a sudden break in the sky. From within this unexpected clearing, a beam of soft light appeared, and there stood the silhouette of what looked like a humanoid figure. The man watched in stunned silence, his earlier sorrow momentarily paused by awe. The figure stood motionless, bathed in a glow that seemed to part the surrounding clouds like curtains. It had no distinct features, but its form was unmistakably human in shape. The scene radiated a sense of peace and calm, and within that moment, the man felt something shift inside him. He later explained that all the darkness he had been feeling lifted in an instant. It was as if this mysterious figure had absorbed his pain, replacing it with comfort and clarity. Realizing the significance of the moment, he managed to raise his phone and take a single photo of the apparition before it slowly faded into the returning clouds. The image he captured is both eerie and beautiful, showing a distinct glowing silhouette framed by swirling grey and rainbow-tinged clouds. Since that moment, the man reported that his life changed dramatically. He described feeling renewed purpose and lightness he hadn't known for some time. He no longer felt consumed by grief and instead had come to a deep sense of acceptance. He believed the event, whether spiritual or symbolic, had offered him a gift of hope when he needed it most. This experience serves as a powerful reminder that sometimes, in our darkest hours, a glimmer of light, whether from within or from beyond, can appear when it is least expected, and for those open to wonder, even a cloudy sky can become a canvas for something extraordinary. In an extraordinary and mysterious event that has captivated people worldwide, a photograph surfaced recently depicting a glowing white cross hovering above the Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem during daylight. This extraordinary image has sparked intense debate, with many wondering if it is a divine sign, a spiritual message, or perhaps even a warning. The photograph, taken by a local resident who was visiting the area, shows a bright, cross-shaped object floating in the sky above one of the most sacred and contentious sites in the world, the Dome of the Rock. The iconic Golden Dome, part of the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound and a central figure in both Islamic and Jewish traditions, has seen its share of unexplained events, but the sighting of a cross adds an entirely new dimension to the layers of religious symbolism already tied to this historic place. The photograph, which has now gone viral on social media and news outlets, shows a clear glowing cross suspended in the sky, starkly visible in the daytime. Unlike typical lens flares or reflections, the cross appears unusually defined, with sharp edges and a radiant white glow that contrasts with the blue sky and the surrounding buildings. Witnesses described the sighting as peaceful yet otherworldly, with the object reportedly hovering silently for several minutes before gradually fading from view. The person who captured the image, identified only as a local who wishes to remain anonymous, said they were visiting the old city when they noticed the unusual light. For many Christians, the sight of a glowing cross above such a significant religious site is seen as a powerful sign of hope and faith. Some have interpreted the event as a message of peace or a divine signal urging unity among the Abrahamic faiths, all of which consider Jerusalem to be a sacred city. In a world that seems increasingly divided along religious and political lines, the cross may symbolize the need for harmony and reconciliation between the different faith communities that share the city. However, not everyone interprets the sighting in a positive light. Others see the cross as a potential warning, particularly given the ongoing tensions in the region. Jerusalem has long been a flashpoint for conflict, and the appearance of such a symbol above one of the most contested sites in the city could be viewed as a harbinger of future strife. Some fear that the sighting may stir up further religious fervor or deepen existing divisions between the city's communities. To these individuals, the cross could be a sign of impending judgment or a reminder of the spiritual and moral challenges facing humanity. In addition to the religious interpretations, some have speculated about whether the cross could be connected to broader global events, such as climate change, natural disasters, or even geopolitical instability. There is a growing sense that humanity is at a crossroads, facing unprecedented challenges, and for some, the cross in the sky over Jerusalem is a reminder of the fragile nature of peace and the need for greater spiritual reflection in the face of global uncertainty. As with many extraordinary sightings, there are skeptics who believe that the glowing cross is not a divine sign, but rather an optical illusion or man-made phenomenon. Some have suggested that the cross could be a result of light reflections, atmospheric conditions, or even a drone-related display. For those who believe this could be a genuine divine apparition, the symbolism of the cross is significant. As the central symbol of Christianity, the cross represents salvation, sacrifice, and the hope for eternal life through Jesus Christ. Its sudden appearance over such a holy site could be seen as a divine reminder of God's presence and power, particularly in a world facing increasing crises. One of the most compelling aspects of the sighting is its location. The Dome of the Rock is one of the most sacred places for Jews, Christians, and Muslims alike. It is a site rich with history and religious meaning, and its significance extends across the Abrahamic faiths. Some interpret the appearance of a cross over this holy site as a divine call for unity among these faiths, a message urging peace and reconciliation in a region often torn by religious and political conflict. Within this context, the glowing cross could be seen as a message from God, reminding humanity of our shared heritage and common spiritual roots. The Abrahamic religions all trace their origins back to the same patriarch, Abraham, and share many fundamental beliefs about the nature of God, morality, and the purpose of life. In a world often divided by religious differences, the cross over the Dome of the Rock might serve as a reminder of the importance of peace, tolerance, and mutual respect. Many Christians and believers who have seen the image have echoed this sentiment, calling for unity and renewed dialogue among Jews, Muslims, and Christians. They argue that this sighting is not a coincidence, but rather a divinely orchestrated event meant to remind the world that God is still present and that unity can be achieved through faith, forgiveness, and love. On the other hand, some believers view the sighting as a potential warning, an omen that could signal the beginning of a period of divine judgment or apocalyptic events. According to some interpretations of Christian eschatology, the study of the end times, signs and wonders in the heavens are often linked to prophecies about the end of the world. In the Bible, both the Old and New Testaments contain numerous references to unusual signs in the sky as precursors to the Day of Judgment. For some Christians who subscribe to these interpretations, the glowing cross over the Dome of the Rock could be seen as one such sign. They view it as a divine warning, a call for humanity to repent and prepare for the fulfillment of biblical prophecy. According to this perspective, the sighting may signal that the world is entering a period of tribulation and that the faithful should be vigilant and ready for the return of Christ. This apocalyptic interpretation is not limited to Christianity. In Islam too, there are prophecies about signs in the sky that will precede the Day of Judgment, including unusual celestial phenomena and heavenly manifestations. Some Muslims who have seen the photograph of the glowing cross have expressed concern that this event might be connected to these eschatological predictions, warning that humanity must heed the signs of God before it's too late. The appearance of a glowing white cross above the Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem during the daytime remains a profound mystery. For many, the image is a powerful reminder of the city's central place in the spiritual history of the world's three major monotheistic religions. Whether seen as a sign of hope, a divine warning, or simply a curious optical phenomenon, the photograph has sparked deep reflection and debate among religious scholars, believers, and skeptics alike. In the moments preceding a seismic event, witnesses have reported seeing eerie phenomena: strange lights flickering in the sky, glowing orbs hovering above the ground, and luminous flashes illuminating the darkness. These mysterious occurrences, known as earthquake lights, have puzzled scientists and fascinated observers for centuries. In the hours leading up to an earthquake that struck Taiwan with devastating force, Eyewitnesses reported a puzzling phenomenon, a mysterious light illuminating the night sky. This strange occurrence, observed just hours before the seismic event, has sparked curiosity and speculation among those who saw it. Taiwan, nestled along the Pacific Ring of Fire, is no stranger to seismic activity. Its rugged terrain and complex tectonic boundaries make it susceptible to earthquakes, both large and small. On Wednesday, April 3rd, the island nation was rocked by a powerful earthquake, sending shockwaves through communities and leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. The epicenter was situated about 18 kilometers, or 11 miles south of Hualien. However, amidst the chaos and devastation, witnesses reported an unusual sighting. A mysterious light hovering in the sky, casting a glow over the landscape. Eyewitnesses who observed the mysterious light described it as a shimmering glow, akin to the aurora borealis, but with an intensity and coloration unlike anything they had seen before. Some likened it to a celestial beacon, while others described it as a pulsating orb of light, seemingly suspended in mid-air. The appearance of the light was sudden and unexpected, manifesting just moments before the earthquake struck, adding to its mystique and intrigue. The sighting of the mysterious light above Taiwan raises intriguing questions about its origin and significance, and while there is no definitive explanation for the phenomenon, scientists have proposed several hypotheses to account for its occurrence. One theory suggests that the mysterious light may be related to the piezoelectric effect, wherein the stress and strain of tectonic movements generate electrical charges within the Earth's crust. As these charges accumulate along fault lines, they may discharge into the atmosphere, producing luminous phenomena such as glowing orbs or flashes of light. This theory is supported by laboratory experiments, demonstrating the piezoelectric properties of certain minerals and their ability to produce electrical discharges under pressure. Another possibility is that the mysterious light may be the result of ionization processes occurring in the Earth's atmosphere during seismic activity. As rocks fracture and rupture along fault lines, they release energy in the form of acoustic waves, heat, and electromagnetic radiation. Under certain conditions, this energy may ionize the surrounding air, creating luminous plasmas that manifest as glowing orbs or streaks of light. The sighting of the mysterious light preceding the earthquake in Taiwan provides valuable insights into the complex interplay between geological forces and atmospheric phenomena. By documenting and studying such occurrences, scientists can gain a deeper understanding of the processes underlying seismic activity and potentially develop new methods for earthquake prediction and detection. In a remarkable event that has captured global attention, a series of photographs have recently surfaced online showing a glowing, unidentified flying object hovering above the Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem during the night. The images, uploaded by several eyewitnesses, depict a bright, glowing orb floating silently over one of the most revered and significant religious sites in the world. This incident has sparked widespread discussion, with many questioning the nature of the sighting, while others speculate about its potential religious or extraterrestrial significance. The images, which have been shared on social media platforms and news outlets, are clear, vivid, and difficult to dismiss as ordinary objects or tricks of light, prompting renewed interest in the UFO phenomenon. The Dome of the Rock is one of the most iconic and sacred sites in the world, located in the heart of Jerusalem on the Temple Mount. It holds profound religious significance for Jews, Christians, and Muslims alike. Built in the late 7th century, it is one of the oldest surviving works of Islamic architecture and is regarded as the third holiest site in Islam. According to tradition, it is the spot where the Prophet Muhammad ascended to heaven during the night journey. Given the religious and historical significance of the Dome of the Rock, any unusual event that occurs in its vicinity inevitably draws attention. In this case, the appearance of a glowing UFO over the site has only heightened intrigue and speculation. The symbolism of a UFO hovering over such a spiritually charged location has led to various interpretations, some viewing it as a sign from above, while others see it as further evidence of extraterrestrial interest in humanity's most sacred places. What sets this sighting apart from many other UFO encounters is the clarity and detail of the photographs that have been uploaded. The images show a glowing orb of light hovering above the Dome of the Rock, seemingly stationary in the sky. The object emits a bright white light, which contrasts sharply against the dark night sky, making it easily visible. Eyewitnesses describe the UFO as being silent, with no noticeable movement or sound, adding to the mystery of its presence. Multiple angles of the UFO were captured by different individuals, all of whom uploaded their images to social media platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and Reddit. The consistency of these images, taken from various vantage points, has made it difficult to dismiss the sighting as a hoax or mere optical illusion. Furthermore, video footage of the event has also emerged, showing the glowing object hovering for several minutes before abruptly disappearing into the sky. The clarity of these photographs is a key reason why this sighting has garnered so much attention. Unlike many other UFO sightings that are blurry or ambiguous, the images from Jerusalem provide a clear and detailed view of the object, making it harder for skeptics to dismiss the event as a simple misunderstanding or camera malfunction. This level of clarity has led some to claim that the photographs represent some of the best evidence of UFO activity in recent years. The public reaction to the glowing UFO sighting above the Dome of the Rock has been one of awe, curiosity, and, predictably, skepticism. Social media platforms were flooded with comments and discussions almost immediately after the images were uploaded. For many, the sighting is seen as a deeply spiritual or significant event, occurring at a location that holds great religious importance. Some individuals have interpreted the glowing orb as a divine sign, a message from the heavens, or even an indication of a miraculous event yet to come. For those who subscribe to religious interpretations, the timing and location of the sighting add a layer of symbolism that transcends ordinary UFO encounters. Others, however, see the sighting as further evidence of extraterrestrial involvement in human affairs. There has long been speculation that UFOs are drawn to sites of historical or religious significance, and the Dome of the Rock fits this pattern perfectly. In the minds of UFO enthusiasts and researchers, the sighting over Jerusalem could be interpreted as a sign that extraterrestrial beings are observing humanity, particularly in places that are key to our cultural and spiritual history. However, skepticism persists as well. Critics argue that the glowing object could be explained by more conventional means, such as a drone, aircraft, or an atmospheric anomaly. Some have suggested that the light could be a reflection or a result of camera artifacts, pointing to the prevalence of drones and other aerial devices in modern urban environments. Others have raised the possibility of a hoax, though the number of witnesses and the consistency of the images have made this explanation less likely. The glowing UFO above the Dome of the Rock is part of a broader trend of increased UFO sightings around the world in recent years. As governments, including the United States, have started to take the UFO phenomenon more seriously, releasing declassified reports and videos of encounters with unidentified aerial phenomena, public interest in the subject has surged. The Jerusalem sighting fits into this growing awareness and curiosity, fueling speculation about what UFOs truly represent. There is a long-standing history of UFO sightings near places of religious or historical importance. From ancient temples to modern-day monuments, UFOs have been reported in the skies above many significant sites. Some UFO researchers believe that these sightings suggest a connection between humanity's spiritual evolution and extraterrestrial activity, while others argue that these sites simply attract more attention, leading to more frequent reports of anomalous objects. The recent sighting of a glowing UFO hovering above the Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem has renewed interest in the long history of UFO sightings in the region. Jerusalem, one of the most sacred cities in the world, has been the focal point of numerous historical, religious, and mysterious events. Over the years, there have been several reported UFO sightings above this ancient city, particularly near its holy sites. These sightings have captivated both UFO enthusiasts and skeptics alike, as the city's profound religious significance seems to amplify the intrigue surrounding these phenomena. The Dome of the Rock, in particular, has been the site of repeated UFO sightings. One of the most well-known incidents occurred in January 2011, when multiple witnesses reported seeing a bright, glowing object descend over the Dome of the Rock during the night. The event was captured on video from several different angles by various individuals, showing a small, luminous object hovering in the night sky. After hovering for a few moments above the holy site, the object shot upward at an incredible speed, disappearing into the sky. these videos quickly went viral and sparked widespread debate. The footage was analyzed and scrutinized by both believers and skeptics, with some arguing that the video showed a genuine UFO encounter, while others claimed it could be a cleverly crafted hoax or a misidentification of a man-made object such as a drone or an aircraft. Despite the controversy, the 2011 sighting remains one of the most discussed UFO encounters in recent history, particularly because of its location at one of the most significant religious sites in the world. Other reports of UFO sightings over Jerusalem date back even further. In the 1990s, there were sporadic claims of strange lights and objects seen moving across the sky, often near the Temple Mount and other holy sites. These reports were typically dismissed as atmospheric anomalies or misinterpretations of natural phenomena, but the persistence of such sightings has led some to question whether there is something unique about Jerusalem that attracts these unexplained objects. UFO sightings near places of religious and historical importance, like Jerusalem, carry a deeper level of significance for many people. The symbolism of these events is often interpreted in ways that transcend typical UFO encounters. For some, the appearance of strange objects in the skies above sacred locations is seen as a sign of divine intervention, as though these sightings are messages from a higher power. In a city as spiritually charged as Jerusalem, where Judaism, Christianity, and Islam converge, the idea that a UFO could have a religious or mystical meaning is particularly resonant. This theory is supported by accounts throughout history of strange celestial events near places of religious significance. Ancient texts, including the Bible, contain descriptions of unusual lights, objects, and phenomena in the sky, which were often interpreted as omens or divine signs. For example, the Star of Bethlehem in Christian tradition is sometimes viewed as a UFO-like event, and in Islamic tradition, there are references to celestial phenomena associated with the Prophet Muhammad's night journey, which took place at the Dome of the Rock. Given Jerusalem's status as a religious epicenter, it is not surprising that UFO sightings above the city spark such intense speculation. For believers, these sightings offer a tantalizing possibility that humanity is being observed by forces beyond our understanding, forces that may be linked to both extraterrestrial visitors and divine entities. These connections between the spiritual and the extraterrestrial add layers of meaning to the sightings, making them more than just a question of strange lights in the sky. Despite the compelling nature of these UFO sightings, there are many who remain skeptical of their significance, particularly regarding those that occur over Jerusalem. Skeptics argue that the city's cultural, religious, and political importance often leads people to interpret natural phenomena or man-made objects as something more mysterious. While skepticism is warranted, the repeated UFO sightings over Jerusalem still intrigue researchers and enthusiasts. The city's importance as a religious and historical site makes these sightings more compelling than those in less culturally significant areas. These events continue to push the boundaries of our understanding of UFOs and challenge the public to consider how the spiritual and the extraterrestrial might intersect. The clear and detailed nature of the most recent UFO sightings in Jerusalem, particularly the glowing object hovering above the Dome of the Rock, adds to the growing body of evidence suggesting that UFOs are not a new phenomenon, but a persistent one. Whether these sightings are explained as natural phenomena, advanced technology, or something more mysterious, they remain a central focus for UFO researchers and believers. Additionally, the fact that these sightings are occurring at one of the most sacred locations on Earth raises important questions about the possible significance of UFOs in human history. In recent years, a peculiar phenomenon has captured the attention of both amateur meteorologists and the public: square-shaped cloud formations. These unusual, seemingly geometric clouds have been observed in various parts of the world, and their strikingly unnatural appearance has led to numerous theories and debates about their origin and meaning. From weather interference and atmospheric anomalies to UFO activity and digital glitches, the mystery behind these square-shaped clouds remains unsolved. Square-shaped clouds are exactly what they sound like: clouds that form distinct, straight-edged shapes, often appearing as perfect or nearly perfect squares. This is a striking departure from the natural, organic, and often chaotic forms that clouds typically take. These formations have been spotted over oceans, deserts, and cities, leading to widespread speculation and a wave of viral photos and videos on social media. Unlike other cloud formations, which are shaped by atmospheric conditions such as wind, temperature, and humidity, these square clouds stand out because of their apparent artificiality. Meteorologists note that it is rare, if not impossible, for natural atmospheric processes to create straight lines and right angles in cloud structures. Despite this, sightings continue to emerge, with observers expressing shock and curiosity at the sharp edges and uniformity of these clouds. One of the most popular theories regarding square-shaped clouds is the idea that they could be the result of weather interference. Another explanation within this theory is the use of advanced technology. One such location is a research initiative funded by the US government that focuses on studying the ionosphere. Critics point out that while some explanations may account for clouds with slightly straighter edges, it fails to explain the perfectly square or rectangular clouds that have been photographed around the world. In nature, clouds are subject to chaotic forces, and the likelihood of them forming precise, right-angled shapes without some form of intervention seems highly unlikely. Some researchers suggest that these clouds might be the result of air traffic or military activity. The idea is that aircraft or military jets could be emitting chemicals or condensation trails that align with atmospheric conditions to create square shapes. Given the mysterious nature of square-shaped clouds and their departure from traditional cloud formations, it is no surprise that UFO theories have emerged as well. Some researchers speculate that these geometric clouds could be concealing unidentified flying objects or extraterrestrial technology. This theory suggests that UFOs might be using advanced cloaking devices that manipulate the atmosphere around them, creating square-shaped clouds as camouflage. Another theory that has gained traction is the idea that some of these square cloud sightings could be the result of digital glitches or photographic distortions. This explanation suggests that the sharp angles and straight lines in some images of square clouds could be products of camera technology rather than physical phenomena. While this theory could account for a portion of the sightings, it does not explain cases where multiple eyewitnesses have reported seeing the square shapes with their own eyes, independent of photographic evidence. An interesting post has just been submitted to the subreddit UFOs, and it's being hailed as one of the best pieces of evidence that we have of an unidentified submerged object. The post was submitted by Reddit user ZJ223, and it detailed their encounter with something mysterious 10 miles off the coast of Florida. The poster commented the following: "I understand this is not technically a UFO because it was seen in the water. I work on a research vessel. Recently we had a trip studying bioluminescence in the Gulf of Mexico. Around 11:45 in the evening, we were conducting research as normal when a science party member saw a strange light about a quarter mile off our stern. We immediately started to make our way towards the light. The intensity of the light was quite astonishing. Nobody in the crew or the science party knew what to make of it. At first, we thought it could have been a sunken vessel or a navigation buoy of some kind that sank. We proceeded to get as close as possible to the light, and eventually we hovered directly on top of it. Our vessel has a moon pool in the center, where the crew and science party were able to carefully observe the light from directly on top. We used a subsurface camera to attempt and capture what the object may have been. The science party on board automatically ruled out the light being produced by bioluminescent phytoplankton. This light source was 100% on the bottom of the ocean, and not something that was floating through the water column. It did not move in the current. The water depth at this specific location was 60 feet deep. As we hovered on top of the light, we used an EK-80 sonar to provide us with an image of the ocean floor at this location. To our surprise, this object producing the light did not have a physical shape that we could detect. It was invisible to our sonar. The sonar is also capable of imaging objects that are below the seafloor, objects that could be partially submerged in the mud, and objects that could be as small as 3 inches in length and width. Consider the strength of the light having to shine through 60 feet of water and being strong enough for us to observe from a considerable distance away. There was definitely an arc of visibility that seemed to be brighter when viewed from further away than top down. I added some more videos here, and I've been scanning through all of your comments. I'll try to respond to most of them with this comment. There are some people who are questioning the validity of my photos and objects in the photo, Let me preface this by stating some facts from our research cruise back in February. Our research vessel was chartered by a group of scientists from a college in Florida. The chief scientist who sailed with us has been studying bioluminescence his whole career, and even made mentions of how the Navy used research of bioluminescence in the past to detect Russian subs deep underwater. The chief scientist is a PhD, and his primary graduate study was in bioluminescence. This location we were studying bioluminescence at when we saw the object had very low concentrations of bioluminescent phytoplanktons. We were at the point of calling it quits for the night and moving to the next site entirely. When the boat gets chartered out by scientists, they provide all the gear, and the mission of this trip was to study bioluminescence. So naturally, they bring cameras and equipment to photograph bioluminescence at the surface. The vessel is not equipped with anything more than whatever the scientists decide to bring. Dropping a traditional camera in the water without the correct protective housing would cause the camera to break. We did not have any gear to send down a camera 60 feet. The most logical explanation at first would be bioluminescence. According to the PhD chief scientist, he immediately declared it was not bioluminescence after viewing the object using the camera equipment that was attached to the ship. When we consider bioluminescence, remember that organisms such as phytoplanktons and small jellyfish, I don't know the species name, forgive me, travel in the currents throughout the water column. This makes them move within the water. The object we were observing was completely still for our entire length of observation. It did not move at all. Let me throw in a personal opinion. That is not based on fact. Okay, let's say it was bioluminescence for the sake of argument. I want to know, how was the luminosity of it so bright that we saw it from over 1,000 feet away, plus 60 feet down? Especially after making the deduction that the object was more than likely sitting on the ocean floor, and why wasn't it moving with the ocean currents? It appeared as it was anchored or stationary in one position. Which brings me to my next point. How do we know the object was on the ocean floor? Well, it's just an assumption. We don't know where it actually was in the water column. Logic might make us think that whatever the object is, it carries mass. Gravity would naturally pull it down. So that is the basis of the assumption it was on the bottom. Unfortunately, I cannot provide anyone here with documents to prove that the scientists have the credentials they do, or any of that. It's just my word. I didn't share the post on the internet immediately because, honestly, it was cool, but I don't care to post on social media. I'm a mariner. I spend years of my life on a boat on the ocean. Every so often I see things that defy explanation. I've seen lights flying at unrealistically high speeds a couple hundred feet off the water. I've seen lights in the night sky form weird shapes and fly away. None of that stuff I took pictures of, but they eventually become sea stories I share with friends and family. I truly hope this explains things for most of you. Looking forward to continuing the conversation and formulating ideas on what it may be. Location of the sighting was 10 miles west of Caladesi Island, Clearwater Beach, Florida. End quote. From reported encounters observed by American submarines to mysterious humanoid beings purportedly residing within the profound waters of Russian lakes, emerges a lesser-known counterpart of unidentified aerial phenomena, the USO, also known as unidentified submerged object. Numerous accounts of unidentified submerged objects have surfaced globally, frequently originating from esteemed military and scholarly experts. Some individuals assert that underwater fast movers constitute a regular occurrence within the confines of submarines, shedding light on a phenomenon that remains a mystery to many. These reports not only intrigue the scientific community, but also spark curiosity among the public regarding the existence of such anomalies. Nigel Watson highlighted the notion that our Earth is predominantly covered by vast water bodies, which explains why unidentified flying objects are frequently witnessed hovering above or near the immense stretches of water that envelop our planet. This observation sheds light on the intriguing correlation between UFO sightings and the aquatic nature of our world, suggesting a plausible connection between the two phenomena. During the late 60s, an increased number of unidentified flying objects were reported to have been sighted frequently around the Guantanamo Bay military base. The former Marine expressed surprise at the abundance of unidentified flying object sightings occurring over and around the military base. According to the witness, fellow Marines were astounded by the frequency of UFO activity in the vicinity. On a regular basis, practically nightly occurrences involved unidentified flying objects traversing the sky at heights measuring under 300 feet. The majority of these unidentified flying objects measured around 50 to 100 feet in diameter. However, when observed with the naked eye, they appeared as indistinct, blurry structures emitting a faint glow, with a diminutive red light following closely behind. The individual from the Marines, who opted to keep their identity confidential during an interview with the paranormal observation platform, the Mutual UFO Network, expressed uncertainty regarding the specific dates of the incident. The interviewee, belonging to the Marine Corps, was hesitant to disclose personal details while discussing the encounter with the Paranormal Events website. The Marine alleges receiving specific instructions prohibiting him from sharing details about the sightings. Furthermore, he recounted encountering a single unidentified flying object that bore resemblance to a majestic cloud illuminated by a pulsating blend of blue and white lights. A professor has asserted that a vessel, surpassing the velocity of sound, swiftly passed in close proximity to the USS Hampton submarine, creating a whizzing effect as it traversed the water. Professor Bob McGuire, who is affiliated with Virginia Tech and the Institute for Defense Analyses, reported that the vessel's integrated sonar system picked up an unidentified submerged object in motion underwater, surpassing the speed of sound. This groundbreaking revelation sheds light on the advanced capabilities of the craft's detection technology. While aboard the submarine, McGuire engaged in confidential operations. He mentioned that the crew consciously chose not to probe further into the unusual incident to maintain their mission's priority. However, they did not explicitly instruct him to refrain from discussing the peculiar encounter. The submarine's occupants refrained from delving into the matter to uphold their focus on the task at hand, implying a commitment to their duties above all else. Unidentified submerged objects have long piqued the curiosity and fascination of researchers, enthusiasts, and the general public, sparking a sense of wonder and mystery. These intriguing occurrences, commonly referred to as unidentified objects or vessels that navigate stealthily and skillfully beneath the water's surface without leaving a trace or a viable explanation, have been documented across a broad spectrum of the world's oceans, lakes, and rivers. Despite skeptics attempting to attribute such accounts to myths or misinterpretations, the sheer abundance and consistency of reported sightings worldwide underscore the need for a thorough and meticulous examination of USOs. The persistent presence of these unexplained underwater phenomena demands not only acknowledgement, but also rigorous investigation to unravel their strange nature and potential implications. USOs, or unidentified submerged objects, share a remarkable resemblance with UFOs, commonly sighted hovering above the Earth's skies. The mystery surrounding these mysterious occurrences mirrors the intrigue evoked by UFO sightings, sparking debates on potential extraterrestrial involvement and cutting-edge aviation technologies. Delving deeper into the realm of USO encounters raises profound queries regarding the essence and genesis of these hidden anomalies. While certain hypotheses speculate on their extraterrestrial genesis, alternative theories advocate for more grounded interpretations, including clandestine military maneuvers, yet to be explored natural phenomena, or even ancient civilizations residing beneath the ocean's depths. The vast expanses of the ocean, which cover around 71% of the Earth's surface and hold depths that are mostly uncharted, create a perfect setting for harboring mysterious occurrences like unidentified submerged objects. Throughout history, there have been numerous documented accounts of USO sightings, with reports spanning centuries and recounting encounters relayed by sailors, fishermen, and naval personnel. These encounters often depict peculiar underwater entities that showcase extraordinary abilities. Witnesses describe USOs as having the uncanny capability of swiftly accelerating, making abrupt directional changes, and effortlessly navigating through substantial depths, features that challenge traditional explanations rooted in known human technology. The allure of the deep ocean continues to fascinate and mystify, inviting exploration and prompting speculation about the mysteries concealed within its aquatic depths. One intriguing aspect regarding unidentified submerged objects lies in their affiliations with areas renowned for extensive maritime activities and oceanic mysteries. Particularly, the Bermuda Triangle, a sector within the western expanse of the North Atlantic Ocean, has garnered significant attention for its suggested involvement in a multitude of aircraft and vessel vanishings. Besides accounts of UFO sightings hovering over the Bermuda Triangle, there exist reports of USOs either surfacing from or submerging into the waters within this mystifying realm. Despite skeptics attributing the incidents within the Bermuda Triangle to natural occurrences or human miscalculations, advocates of the USO phenomena highlight these events as indications of an unknown force lurking beneath the oceanic depths. This unresolved mystery continues to captivate many individuals worldwide as they ponder the potential existence of undiscovered phenomena existing below the surface of our planet's waters, evoking curiosity and speculation surrounding the hidden facets of the marine domain. Various parts of the world, not just the notorious Bermuda Triangle, have been linked to unidentified submerged object activities. One such area is the waters surrounding Japan, specifically referred to as the Dragon's Triangle or the Devil's Sea. This region has witnessed numerous documented sightings of USOs. Echoing the mysteries of the Bermuda Triangle, the Dragon's Triangle shares a history of maritime accidents and puzzling occurrences. These events have prompted discussions and theories regarding the potential existence of hidden underwater anomalies within this mysterious expanse. Advances in technology have facilitated a more organized and thorough investigation of unidentified submerged object reports by researchers. They utilize a range of sophisticated tools like underwater sonar, remote-operated vehicles, and deep-sea submersibles to delve into the depths of the ocean floor, aiming to uncover any submerged objects. While numerous expeditions have uncovered intriguing discoveries, including unidentified structures and peculiarities on the seabed, confirming the existence of USOs continues to elude definitive evidence. The presence of unidentified submerged objects gives rise to thought-provoking inquiries regarding the essence of these occurrences and their potential repercussions on our comprehension of the oceanic realm and the broader world. Should USOs truly exist, the questions surrounding their origins and underlying purposes become paramount. Could they signify the existence of sophisticated underwater civilizations, antiquated technologies, or undiscovered species of marine life? Delving deeper into these mysteries entails exploring the intricate web of possibilities and implications associated with USOs, evoking a deep-seated curiosity about the unseen realms lurking beneath the waves. The exploration of unidentified submerged objects sheds light on the myriad challenges involved in delving into and comprehending the profound realms of the ocean, which persist as one of the ultimate frontiers on our planet. With the continuous evolution of our technological prowess, our capacity to probe and record the mystery of the abyss deepens correspondingly. Whether USOs ultimately emerge as of interstellar origin, natural occurrences, or man-made relics, their presence acts as a poignant indicator of the limitless mysteries concealed beneath the ocean's surface worldwide, poised to be explored and comprehended. The study of USOs serves as a testament to the ceaseless fascination and insatiable quest for knowledge that drive humanity's exploration of the oceanic depths. In the vast expanse of the Nevada desert, there lies a place of mystery and intrigue, the Tonopah Test Range. Known for its association with classified military activities and rumored extraterrestrial encounters, this remote desert facility has long captured the imaginations of people. It was against this backdrop that one online user, an amateur archaeologist and self-proclaimed explorer of the unknown, found himself drawn to the mysteries of the Tonopah Test Range. Armed with little more than a laptop and an internet connection, the man reported that he spent countless hours scouring satellite imagery of the Nevada desert in search of anomalies that might hint at hidden secrets beneath the surface. It was during one of these late-night browsing sessions that he stumbled upon something truly remarkable, a pyramid-shaped structure nestled amidst the desolate terrain of the Tonopah Test Range. At first glance, it appeared to be nothing more than a trick of light and shadow, a mirage conjured by the harsh desert sun. But as he zoomed in closer, he realized that what he had discovered was no mere illusion. It was a solid black pyramid, its geometric form unmistakable against the backdrop of the desert landscape. Excited by his discovery, he set out to learn more about the mysterious structure he had uncovered. Using satellite imagery and topographical maps, he carefully plotted his course, determined to reach the pyramid and unlock the secrets it held within. However, he quickly realized that due to its location, he would never be able to get close to it, and so he decided to upload photographs of it to social media. Interestingly, occurrences of mysterious objects in the desert have been noted before, prompting speculation that these vast, barren areas serve as ideal sites for experimental activities. The idea that deserts are conducive environments for conducting experiments has triggered discussions and theories among researchers and enthusiasts. Military installations in deserts are often regarded as ideal locations for conducting secretive experiments away from the prying eyes of the public for several compelling reasons.